guys, welcome back to my vlog. I have noticed that I got a couple new people that have followed me here on YouTube, and I just want to reintroduce myself. My name is Deloris. I am 29 years old and I have been vlogging for about a year now. And I've actually been on YouTube for 3 years. When I first started YouTube, I was doing a sit down in the cigar lounge Friday nights with my now fiance, and that's where it started. And then I started doing my podcast episodes on here, and then I started vlogging because it was fun and it's a way for me to be creative in a way I've never been creative before, and I just love being able to create videos and put them together and have people view them. Like, it's so much fun. But today I want to talk to you about mental health, because I don't think I've ever come out on my vlogs and said that I struggle with depression or anxiety. Of course, if you have come across my page or you follow me, you see that I have a podcast that is called Mindful Thoughts with Deloris June. And my podcast is surrounding mental health, so I talk a lot about different mental health illnesses. And then I do episodes encouraging people or giving you tips and tricks or coping mechanisms that have helped me, but I also feel like can help you. But I realized that over the last year of being on YouTube, I don't think I've ever really talked about it on my vlogs with you guys. And I wanted to do that today because there are a lot of people who struggle, and I feel like this might be another way for people to connect with me. And I only decided to do this because, again, I don't think I've ever talked about it, but I also realized that I'm really happy sometimes that I, back vlog, which means I vlog last week or 2 weeks ago, and then I put the videos up, because I know there's people who do multiple vlogs a week, and there's some people, oh no, don't drink that coffee, thank you. And there's some people that do 2 vlogs a week, and they're recording and then editing and putting it out. But for me, mentally, when I started this, I told myself I'm not going to push myself to do more than 1 vlog a week, because that's what's going to help me. And I don't want to feel pressured as it is, because if you're somebody who's a vlogger, you know that it's not easy, and putting stuff together and putting clips together and editing and the hours it takes, it's really hard. So mentally for me, I'm 1 a week is great, and if I decide to do more in the future, then I will. But mentally, I don't think I'm getting capable of doing that right now, since I do work a full-time job. But I wanted to share with you guys kind of how I was feeling about this, because like I said, obviously I have a podcast surrounding mental health, and I talk about it very openly. I talk about it on the podcast, and I actually talk about it on my Instagram. If you follow me on there, I am very open about what I go through and my struggles and where I am mentally. And I have been struggling with anxiety probably since middle school. But it was something that I didn't realize I had until I became an adult and realized the symptoms I was having, and did a dive deep into it and realized this is what I'm struggling with. And then depression, I have probably been struggling the last 12, 13 years. It actually started after I left a rough relationship with my ex, where I was emotionally abused. And then when I started my new relationship with the man who is my fiance now, who you've seen in videos, it wasn't until I met him that I started having symptoms of depression. And at first I didn't realize what I was going through, and he's dealt with depression, so he saw the signs and the symptoms and was able to walk me through how I was feeling and what I was going through. So it was only then that I was able to really dive deep into that and figure out what it was and figure out what I was feeling and how the symptoms I was having and what I was going through, to really understand it. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, because like I said, I'm glad that I can record stuff and then not release it for a week or two, because there's a lot of times where like mentally I'm just not in the right headspace. And there's a ton of times where I've skipped like podcast episodes because I'm not in the right headspace. And I've gotten into like the routine of recording multiple episodes for my podcast, like a few in the same day, so I'm ahead, because sometimes it's just exhausting. And if you're someone else who suffers with a mental health illness, you know exactly what I mean, where sometimes you either wake up or you just feel down or you just don't feel motivated. And for a lot of people, I think we struggle with being motivated, but with struggling with mental health illness, like being unmotivated happens a lot. And for me, over the years, like I said, I've found ways to cope and do like tips and tricks for myself to help with my anxiety and with my depression and the things I do. But of course, it's normal for me to have a day where like I just don't want to do anything, and I don't want to record podcasts, and I don't want to record vlogs, and I just don't want to do anything, which is perfectly fine. So today I just kind of wanted to open up to you guys about that, because I've never talked about it in vlogs. I have never, I think, shared it with you guys. And by watching my vlogs and stuff, you wouldn't think that I was struggling with my mental health or anything like that. But I do have really bad days, and I have times where I just don't I don't even want to get out of bed. I don't want to function, but like I have to get up, I have to go to work, I have to keep going, and it can be really hard. So I really would like to just share that side of me on here and just really authentically be myself, because I always share like the good and the bad. I share me in, PJs, and my hair is a mess and my makeup's a mess. And like I always just try to be myself, because I feel like a lot of times when we do vlogs or we do certain things, like we have to put ourselves together to do them. And I just don't want to be like that. I just really want to be myself. And I want to share myself. And I want to share that, maybe that uncomfortable or that side of me that most people don't see. So going on in the future, I think I'm just going to share more about how I'm doing mentally, and, when I have rough days, and what I do to get myself through those days, and what I just do for me that might help somebody else. I recently did a podcast episode about like sharing your story with people, and it was one of those things where like I just realized like when you share who you are and what you're going through, it helps you connect with other people. And I just thought to myself, like, I really need to do that on my vlogs as well. Like, I need to share the uncomfortable things. I need to talk about my mental health, and I just need to be able to feel comfortable doing it. And I am comfortable doing it. Like I said, I have the podcast and I do it on my Instagram. Like, I talk about my bad days. I talk about mental health. Most of my posts that I post are surrounding mental health, because I'm very dedicated to connecting with people who struggle and helping them realize that they're not alone, and that they can be open with what they're going through, even if people are going to have opinions on what you're posting or what you're saying. So that's why today I just kind of wanted to talk about it, because it's a daily struggle for me. I have really bad days and I have really good days, but I think it's important to just feel like you can share that side and connect with people and just be you. That's just something that I want to do this year. And with vlogs, I just want to be able to share those sides of me and share that with you guys, because obviously if you follow me, you're following me because you like my stuff and you like watching the things I put together. But if you're somebody who just comes across my page too and you see it, it's just another way just to connect with people. And that's my big thing this year too, is connecting with other people, people with mental health illnesses or people who don't have mental health illnesses, like one of my big things is just connecting with others, because I am a little bit of an introvert. And I feel like this year I've kind of stepped out of my box and I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and becoming a little bit more of an extrovert and reaching out and talking to people when I normally wouldn't do that, just because I know who I am. And it's just helped me grow in such a big way. And I've definitely grown over the last few years into like a more confident version of myself with just sharing my life and sharing who I am. And like I said, coming into this year, I told myself I'm going to be more just like uniquely me, and I'm just going to be more authentically me. And I know that some people don't like the word authentic because it's just like everybody's saying it, but to me, that's what I want. Like, I just want to be myself. I want to share myself. I want to talk about the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about my mental health. I want to just be able to share with you guys like my day-to-day life, what it really looks like and what I'm actually going through and how I'm feeling. And it just feels amazing to just finally step into a part of yourself you never thought you would step into. And it just makes me really happy. So like I said, going forward, I just want to share it all. And I just want to make this pivot for my content and for me, and just to feel like 100% myself. And I hope you guys are just here for the journey and come along with me and enjoy it, and keep following me if you're following me, or if you find me, you decide to follow me. And, you know, if you're struggling, please share that with me. Like, I love to connect with people who aren't afraid to just talk about it. Like, I think too many times we're scared to talk about what we're going through because we're scared that people are going to judge us, or people are going to have like this comment about what we're doing. And I've just chosen this year too that like, it's okay if people want to say what they want to say, but I'm just going to be me. And if some people don't like that, they don't like that. And if some people do, they do. But I just want to come into a version of myself where like, I'm not scared. I've actually done that with my content too this year. I'm just like, I'm going to share what I want to share. I'm going to create what I want to create. And some people are going to like it and some people aren't, but that's okay. Like, I can't please everybody. And if I focus on trying to please everybody mentally, that's just not going to put me in the right headspace. And then for a lot of people, they say they hit burnouts, but for me, I think it's just like a mental overload where I think I just need to like people please everybody. And I don't want to do that, because then that's going to make me feel overwhelmed. And then I'm going to stop creating because I'm afraid that people are going to say what they're going to say, or I'm not going to get any new followers or views and stuff like that. So this year overall, I'm choosing to just be me. I'm choosing to focus on me. I'm choosing to focus on my mental health, and I'm focusing on just like doing what works for me and not being afraid of what other people are going to say. So really, I just wanted to share with you kind of where I'm at and how I'm feeling and kind of where my content is going to go from here. Like I said, I love creating the vlogs I create, and I also love doing these just sit down conversations with you guys and talking about how I'm feeling and updating you on my life and updating you on the things that are going on. Like this year with the wedding, I'm sharing like a lot of wedding stuff, which is so much fun, and I'm just enjoying all the different things that are coming to light. And like I said, it's not like a guilty plug here about my podcast, but really, if you're interested in mental health or struggle with mental health, I encourage you to go over and listen to it, and then let me know what you think, because that is my passion. Since I found out that I struggle with my own mental health, it's been my passion to just shine a light on it in a positive way, because there is so much negativity and so much stigmas around mental health that I just don't want it to be like that anymore. Like, I just want to encourage myself and other people to step out of that comfort zone and really like live their authentic life of 100% being themselves and sharing themselves, and not being always worried about what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think or what other people are going to comment on our stuff. And that's just who I want to be, and I'm hoping eventually that other people will just see that and choose to do that too, and choose to just be themselves. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. I wanted to share with you my pivot and my content, kind of. It's going to still be videos of the things I'm doing, but I think just being more open about my mental health and maybe vlogging those days where I'm, struggling and where I'm maybe not in the right space, and just sharing that kind of journey with you too, just my mental health journey, and just keeping you up to date on what I do for myself and how I take care of myself, and overall just being able to share who I am and what I go through and my struggles, and going forward with just doing that every day and doing that every vlog, and sharing the ugly with the good. So I hope you guys are enjoying my vlog so far. I hope that over time I can just keep creating things that you guys like, and over time maybe get more followers, like I said. Then the last 2 months of this year, in January, February, I've gained 4 to 5 more people than I normally had, and it's exciting to see your numbers grow even when they're small. And I'm just really here to celebrate all the small wins and all the small accomplishments that are heading my way, and I'm excited to just share that with you guys as well. I am close to 200 plays on my podcast, and it just feels good. And I that's another thing I'm just doing is for my mental health too, is just celebrating the small wins, because too many times we don't celebrate those small wins and we just want this big win, and we just want to be where we want to be very quickly. And for me, that just didn't work out, and it made me sad and depressed when I wouldn't reach the goals that I wanted to reach in amount of time I set for myself. So again, this year too, I'm just telling myself I'm creating these small goals, and I'm just going to celebrate the small accomplishments and the goals that happen over this next year to see where I go. And I think that's just overall better for me, and mentally it's better for me not to just get overwhelmed with feeling like I'm behind or not where I should be with my podcast or my vlogging channel. So if you feel that way, please know that everybody grows differently. There are people that blow up and they grow very fast, and there's other people that it takes time. And some of the people that you may watch or you listen to, their podcasts or their vlogs or whatever they do, it may seem like they have a lot of people and stuff, but you don't know how long it took them. There are a lot of YouTubers that took them 4 to 5 years to get to where they're at now, or people who have podcasts that it took them a long time to get there. So whatever you want to do and whatever you're striving for, just remember that the people who are big now and are at those spots you want to be, it took them a long time to get there. They just didn't grow overnight, and then the next day they had all these people following them or all these people listening to them. Or if you're creating things, they're not automatically had all these people buying their clothes or whatever they were selling. It took a lot of time for them to get there. And I have to remind myself that too. There's a lot of things that I tell you guys or on my Instagram stories I say as advice, and sometimes I forget I need to take that advice for myself. So I'm just ready to, shift my content a little bit and just really come into myself and share that with you guys, and I'm excited about it. So I just hope you're here for it. I hope the people who are following me just keep following me. And again, if you come across my channel and you like my stuff, give me a follow, go over and listen to my podcast, and just enjoy life, because it can be short, and you never know when the end is near. So just live every day like it's your last day, and do what makes you happy and do what you want to do for you. So I will talk to you guys real soon in another vlog.